Hey guys! So before Christmas break, my little mini Christmas break, I went home for my sister's wedding, but beforehand I'd actually gotten a gift certificate to Amazon from my grandmother. So thank you, Grandma Sil and Fred, or Chiefy as we like to say. So with the gift certificate, I ended up getting a 22-piece brush kit from Coastal Scents, which I love. May or may not be doing a video on that because I feel like there are a million of those. And I ended up getting the 10 Color Professional Blush Palette from BH Cosmetics, as well as the Party Girl palette. I got those two palettes because I'd done a little bit of research and I saw a couple of beauty gurus that I really liked and looked up to in regards to how they filmed and how they did their videos and their makeup styles. And I definitely seen people use another palette from BH as well as the Party Girl palette, so I really wanted to experiment with those two. So let's flash forward about a month, and I currently have 4 products from BH Cosmetics that I am very, very excited to share with you guys. I bought all these products on my own, although actually my mom bought me 2 of them as a congratulations for getting a job kind of a thing. So, and I had bought her the blush palette that I got because I bought it for myself. It got shipped to my house in Massachusetts, and I was like, you know what, I actually want to give it to my mom. So she has the same blush palette as I do, and she got me the blush palette as well. So let's get into the 4 products from BH Cosmetics, and I will share with you my opinions, how I use them, if I like them, all of that goodness. So let's get started. So the first product I'm going to talk about is actually the first product that I did end up getting and playing with from BH Cosmetics, and it is the 40 color eyeshadow palette called the Party Girl palette. So I actually am wearing colors from this palette right now. You can check out the tutorial for this look as part of my Hogwarts Hottie series, so links to that will be in the description bar below, depending on whether or not this video goes up before or after the Hogwarts Hotties premiere starts. So yeah. All right, so let's get into the palette. So it's a decent size palette. I guess it'd be envelope size. So it's a nice size palette, and when you open it up, you have 40 colors. So they're beautiful colors. They are about dime size. So yeah, you get 40 colors at a dime size. And I think I paid like $10 or $12 for this, which is really great because I had kind of lived off of, this is going to sound so bad, and I'm so proud of myself for actually like growing up, I guess it'd be in the makeup world, but I lived off of Claire's palettes for a while. I'm actually really in love with this palette. You think that if you're paying like under $15 for a palette like this, then yeah, it's gonna be super small and the quality is gonna be crap. But I have to say, these are super high pigmented. They are really smooth, and there are definite matte and shimmer shades, which is really, really nice. I'm not going to swatch these because I'll do a blog post on the swatches of them, and I have probably a million different like swatch videos of this, but I definitely do have 4 of the colors on my eyes right now, and they go on super smooth. You don't necessarily have to have a primer underneath them, but I definitely would encourage having some kind of primer. I use the NYX HD primer, and it works really well with these shadows. So the good thing about BH is that they do have a bunch of different palettes. I really liked the Party Girl palette. I may or may not be getting the Day to Night palette, as well as the, I guess it'd be the Smoky Eye palettes and the neutral palettes, but definitely for under like $15, this is a great palette to have. Doesn't matter if you are going to the office. I've worn makeup from this to the office, or going out, which I have done and I am doing right now. So this is a great palette to have. I would say that it reminds me a little bit of Urban Decay and Makeup Forever, definitely with some of their high pigmented stuff. And brightness wise, the colors are just fantastic. So this is a great palette to have. So the next thing I'll talk about is the second palette that I was supposed to get, but I ended up giving to my mom, and then she sent me this as well as 2 other things, and it's the 10 color professional blush palette. So I'll show it to you. It is the same size as the Party Girl palette. They are the exact same size, but the difference is that this has 10 blushes in it and this has 40 eyeshadows. And these are some of the most beautiful blushes I've seen in a very long time. I don't know why, but the first time I saw it, it automatically fired off like, remember the Dan Mari palette from NARS? I don't know why, like they're not it's not the exact same colors in the least bit, but it definitely gave me that vibe. But I will show you these beautiful, beautiful blushes that range everywhere from beautiful mauves and browns and a coral, which I'm really excited to use. And this really pretty pink, which is beautiful, and a couple of darker tans, I guess it'd be, and a nice corally pink and a more dusty rose. So this is a great palette. You can use this in conjunction with the contour and blush palette. You can use it on its own. These are really great blushes. They're nice pigmented. They are smooth. They don't go on super chalky, which is really nice. The good thing is they are pigmented as well. I've used it with barefaced. I've used it with just primer, like really light primer and a little bit of cover up. I've used it with a full face of powder, a full face of liquid, and I get the same result all the time, which is really nice. So there's no variant about whether or not, okay, well, it doesn't really work well with the powder and it will show up everything, or looks too thick when you put it on with the liquid. So I really like this palette. I do love the colors. They are nicely pigmented. They go on smooth. I mean, they're decent sized blushes for about the same price as the Party Girl palette. So like, I really don't think that there are that many palettes that are over, I think, $30 from BH. And I think the $30 ones are the more expensive ones, are like the 120, like 280 color eyeshadow palettes, where it's like Party Girl size, but definitely great bang for your buck. Has nice colors. So I don't see that many blush palettes out as I do eyeshadow palettes. So this is definitely something that I was like really excited to see. Okay. The last palette that I have from BH is the 6 color palette, and it's for contour and blush. It is absolutely beautiful. And the best thing is actually about this palette is that on the back in the description, like all the other palettes do, it tells you which brush you should use to do contour and highlighting, which is really nice. I will link the video that I first heard about this palette too and learned how to contour my face with, which I didn't do right now. But it's actually Nicole G. I'm going to butcher her last name, which is why I'm just going to call it Nicole G. I'll put a link to her video, which she uses how to do the contour and blush palette beautifully with this. So let me show you what they look like. Now this is a big palette. Like size wise, it's the same width as the blush palettes and the Party Girl palette, but it's definitely about 1.5 times the height that you get. You have a nice white, a more pink tan, a yellow tan, a brown, and 2 beautiful blushes, which I do use together because they are absolutely stunning together. For my skin tone, when I put on a full face of foundation, the brown works really, really well. But like I used it on my roommate and I thought that was a little too dark for her. So it definitely does work for more medium to darker skin tones and more olive. I wouldn't necessarily, if you're super, super fair, you might want to find a different contour color, but you can definitely use the highlight colors and the blushes. A lot of people are like, why is there a giant white in there? I have used the white for highlight. It really works. Technically, it is just a giant glorified white eyeshadow as well, but this is a great palette. I think this was as well like $12. I have all of my palettes in like a Letta organizer, and I put this one in the back because it's the tallest, but it does fit inside one of my little drawers that I have for my makeup vanity. But this is definitely like when I travel, when I go back to the East Coast to visit family, or if I'm going to an event or going and spending the weekend with some of my friends, this is definitely something that has to come with me, as well as probably my Party Girl palette and maybe the 10 color blush palette, but that all depends. But this is a great thing to have if you are just learning to start contouring your face and highlighting it. This is definitely something I would recommend, and also you can't really beat the price. And the last thing is I just started to get into gel liner. It's really interesting because I really am only done like gel pencils and the marker for liners and the actual pencils. So I'm just now starting to get into liquid and gel, and I really do like this. This is the BH Cosmetics gel liner. So this is in the color Onyx, which is essentially their black. Let me open it up so you guys can see what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, I haven't been using it. So it is a really nice gel. So it's a decent amount of product. I think I got this on sale for like $3.50, which is fantastic. For someone who doesn't really use gel liner a lot and has started to learn it, it's definitely a great gel liner to start with. I would preface by saying definitely use a primer and definitely use a finishing spray with this. You definitely need to set this. I think it might have been because I was rubbing my eyes a lot because I was at work when I had it on for the first time. But this is definitely, I really want to try the other colors because they have a really pretty pink gel liner, which may sound so weird, but I'm a junkie for colors. So the fact that they had like pink and mint green and purple and midnight blue gel liners made me a very happy girl. So these will definitely be stacking up in my makeup supplies as a overall. Now again, I was not paid by anybody to do this. This was essentially Christmas gifts that I got / holiday gifts because I don't really celebrate Christmas because I'm Jewish, and new job gifts that I got that I wanted to share with you guys because these are definitely great gift ideas as well as great bargains because I love good bargain. So that is my little like BH stash. I guess that if you watch my other video, my other main guess it'd be brand that I have is Onyx, and you can check out the video to that in the link description box below, even though I've added on to that with a couple of new products from that. But other than that, you can type them in on YouTube. They have their own channel, as well as a bunch of gurus do end up using, especially the contour and blush palette. A bunch of them have been using Party Girl palette. They are great gifts to give. They are great gifts to get yourself, and they're great stocking stuffers or like little last minute gifts. In the comments below, tell me about other brands that you guys have found because of YouTube. So if you found things like Coastal Scents or BH, or even products that you guys have seen a lot on YouTube that you guys have then gone out and bought for yourself. I'd love to be able to see what people are finding on YouTube and then being able to take home and really enjoy the product as much as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you guys can see other product reviews that I will be doing for you, as well as my Hogwarts Hottie makeup tutorial series, which includes this look right here. There will be links to my social media in the description box below, so don't be afraid to send me a message on Tumblr, tweet me, Instagram me, or you can actually send me a message on my photography Facebook page as well. Bye guys, see you next time.